Don't just stand there. Pay attention to the show. It's Making Sense with Moy.
Pull up the mics and
Mr. Heng owns the show now.
oh man, no, I'm here to be on your show.
All right.
Oh, you're talking about
It's gonna
AC?
get hot.
Oh, like it's lit and it's gonna get hot.
All right. May I call you Mr. Heng?
Yeah, you can call me to win if you
To
want.
win?
You know,
Okay, because I don't know what you feel comfortable with. You know, I just wanted to.
Oh, whatever you're comfortable with, to win or Mr. Heng, I'm comfortable.
You know,
with
we'll
both.
just interchange between both. How's that sound?
yeah.
All right.
Okay. All right. So
All right. Ready? 3, 2, 1.
that's not bad.
That was good, right,
pretty
Chets?
good. That was
yeah,
good.
I like
That
that.
was
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of Making Sense with Moy. Today I have the one and only lifelong learner himself, Thourn Heng.
Let's go.
Yay! Otherwise known as Mr. Heng for some of you, you know. He is a, well, you know what? Why am I talking? Mr. Heng, please introduce yourself, you know?
Oh man, so I gotta toot my own horn. That's really easy to do. Nah, your boy came here. What? You want to start from the beginning? Start from the bottom.
I mean, I know you've made some intro videos. I've actually studied those. Me and Chets were watching those like literally last night and like a few weeks ago. We're like, we need to know everything about this man. But I feel like as much as like you put everything out there, I feel like you still reserve some stuff, which is
yes.
yeah, of course, and that is really incredible. I like how you're very open, very casual person. So if you don't mind, yes, please share.
Okay, so long story short, refugee kid, came here when I was about like 5 turning 6 or something like that, and then basically I think the thing that changed my trajectory was realizing my parents couldn't help me with homework.
Oh,
and
really?
that because literally we didn't speak English and they couldn't spell the word necklace, and that was changed my whole trajectory.
The necklace part?
Yeah, I was literally like 6 or 7 years old when I was, I figured that out. I'm like, I'm on my own.
Wow.
And so education was my thing, And so that's why like I knew in 8th grade I was going to be a math teacher, and that's why I tried so hard in school. And then I worked towards being a math teacher my whole life after that. And then, went to high school, went to the PACE program, went to Long Beach State, got my bachelor's degree in mathematics education. And then, taught for 3 years, and then got my master's in education, media design, and technology. Dude, it was hard going through school and teaching full-time. Like, that was rough, like full-time. I was a fool at the time. But I made it out, y'all. If I can do it, you can do it. And then, basically with all that in place, we were able to own a home at the right time during that 2008 crash. We bought a house in 2009.
Nice.
So it was all good timing, I guess. Lucky, luck a little bit.
Lucky
bit of
or
luck.
well
And some
earned, I
work.
think.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like you, my friend, have such an inspirational story. Very, very motivational. Very positive. I don't think I ever want to see you thinking negatively. You've always inspired and instilled inspiration in other people. It's very amazing.
Thank you.
You're an incredible, not just teacher, person.
Oh, thank you.
I just
Thank you.
So yeah, no. I think everything that's happened, good and bad. I think well, not the bad, but good.
Yeah.
You've deserved it and you've earned it.
Yeah.
Especially like learning from how you built yourself up from there. I wanted to talk about. I don't want to dwell too much on the past because I have something.
Okay.
I want to talk to you more about your story, but before I get way too ahead of myself, have you seen Making Sense with Moy? Are you familiar with the show?
I am not familiar with the show. I was more like, let's just get the name and then try to figure it out. But I want to go in kind of blind because I want to be genuine about it. I don't want to be like, I don't want to be like, well, I know everything about your show already, so I'm not really gonna offer too much because I want to offer that. I want to offer that spontaneity thing.
Okay, yeah,
I think that is important in a show.
That totally works. I'm okay with that, you know. And my friend, we are going to give you the Making Sense with Moy, what is it? Tradition, rituals? Yeah. And first things first, you are gonna get to spin the wheel of Making Sense with Moy, like a little carnival up in here, you know?
Okay.
Yeah, just spin it as hard as you can and see what you get. Interesting. He got bang!
Bang, bang, bang!
Mr. Heng, we're gonna. I don't want to. We're gonna bang, my friend.
Right.
Bang means yeah. You get a little firecracker, and you're gonna So just
ready?
boom up in the air. This is your episode, Mr. Heng.
I'm so weak.
2 and Heng.
Oh, thanks, son! Oh, I like that smell. I was joking.
It's a good
I
smell.
haven't smelled like that. I haven't smelled anything burnt in a very long while, so it's kind of like.
Is that a good thing?
No. Well, I don't do drugs or anything. So the thing that I remember when I was a younger kid was like we couldn't afford like Glade and all that good stuff or good smelling.
Yeah.
So what you do is you burn a match after you go use the restroom. So this reminds me of that. So it's kind of like a little nostalgic for me.
Oh, that's incredible. That's amazing to
Humble beginnings.
Yeah. Okay. Mr. Heng, thank you so much for participating on the Making Sense with Moy rituals. I've been waiting for this day for a long time. Ever since Chets told me. Oh, sorry. I don't know what you know my brother as, but here at home, his nickname is Chets.
Okay.
I know you know him maybe as Saul, right?
Yes.
Chets is a nickname given to him because when he was a baby, he had the biggest cheeks.
Oh.
And in Spanish, cachetes
Yeah.
means cheeks, like just chubby cheeks.
Yeah.
So we just cut the cachetes part out. We cut the ca part and then just call him Chets. So you're Chets.
Now I know a little something about my student here. I would have been calling Chets this whole time, man, if I had known.
It's super weird hearing my name at school because I don't hear it as regular as I should, you know?
Yeah. All my friends call him Chets. Like everybody normally that like comes here and gets to know him, just Chets. He's Chets.
Well, like you would only use that when you're like close, like. So now that I'm here and when I see him down the street, I'm like, "What's up, Chets?" Instead of like, "Hi, Saul."
You don't have to refer to him as Mr. Heng anymore, Chets. You go.
Hey, by first name basis. We're on the first name basis.
We're all
now.
friends here now. No, yeah. So ever since Chets told me that that he actually suggested like, hey, he does. He like basically told you what we do. And I don't know how it worked out, the story exactly, but if you expressed interest or he invited you. But I was like, that's actually really interesting. Like, that would be one of my first guests that I would have to be completely ready for,
Yeah.
I don't know. I see you and you know what I think? I think no. We curse here. No fucking around, okay, Mr. Heng?
I have that mindset of like, work now, play later. I work hard, but I also play hard. You know what I mean? So, yeah. But
so I'm very happy to have you on. And for those that don't know, Mr. Heng is actually a Wilson teacher. You did say you taught 3 years math, right?
I taught 10 years.
10 years of math.
I taught 10 years of math at Wilson. Yes.
Oh my goodness.
Yes, I'm a veteran, boy. I look young, but I'm a veteran.
10 years of math at Wilson, and then what? May I ask, what made you change to contemporary video or like the visual arts and all that stuff? The media.
Well, yeah. So my dream job was always to teach algebra in high school, like the lowest level. And then it ended up, like, it was my dream job, but then like it ended up being a nightmare. I wouldn't say it's because of the students or anything. It was because of policy. It was because I was, eventually I was being told what to do, when to test, how to test, all that. Like, instead of me given a parameter, like these are the things you need to be done by the end of the semester, and you make sure you test these standards or whatever, I was okay with that. But when it got to, you got to test on this day, make sure you're with everybody else on this day, and blah 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 on this day, I'm just like, that's not how I operate, and so I had to find a way. I was literally this close to quitting teaching, to be honest.
You were.
I was this close.
What would have been your secondary if you actually did
I
go
mean,
with?
like, I have a math degree, dude. I can go do whatever I want, even pay more. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's just like, I have a lot of marketable skills, and I'm not worried about losing a job. But the thing that stopped me from quitting teaching was, like, I thought back to all the students that I taught. If I quit, all the mentality I taught them was, like, I told you not to be a quitter, and
Yeah.
winners never quit and quitters don't win,
Yeah.
right? Because they quit. And so I was like, if I do that, what did I just tell the decade of my students who had me as a teacher,
Yeah.
And so, like, I couldn't go back on my word, but I found a way around it to where I can still teach, but now I teach all the fun stuff. You know what I mean?
That's
So-
really cool. I'm wow. Again, I feel so powerful just sitting right next to you. It's just, I feel like I can do anything.
You can, man. Honestly, anybody can do anything, and they are. The bottom line is, when I say lifelong learner, what it really means, in essence, is all of us has limitless potential, but not everyone tap into it. You know what I mean? So, like, if you're a capable person, and I'm not saying, like, I'm looking down on anybody who has, like, learning disabilities and this and that. What I'm saying here is, if you don't have anything that's stopping you, and you're choosing not to do what you should be doing to be as successful as you want to be as a person, then that was on you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, but every single person has that potential
To keep growing and learning and
Exactly.
just being the best version of themselves they can be every day.
Yes, every day, every second.
Yeah. Like me and Chets were on a what is it? Just binging your videos. Mr. Heng here has a YouTube channel, and it's very, very wholesome. Very just this man. It doesn't matter what he puts out. He puts out such a great energy. That's a guarantee. You're gonna just.
Thank you.
When it comes to let's see, like what vlogs, video logs, just like documenting. Whether it's just his adventures in nature and wildlife, or you testing out your stuff and just giving tutorials. You have such a personality that just shines,
Thanks.
And that's incredible. That's
Thank
incredible.
you.
I aspire to one day maybe even reach that level,
Oh no, I think you're already there, bro. I think you're already there, man. You're already there.
You once said like you have like that drive and like that almost charisma similar to Jackie Chan in a way, and
Yeah.
man, I don't know if that's racist or anything. It's not, okay, because he said it himself. And I was in the back of my mind, I was also thinking, I was like, this man is like the closest thing that I have to a Jackie Chan.
Honestly, the filmmaking part was definitely inspired by Jackie Chan and Bruce Lee and Jet Li and all those Donnie Yen, all those martial arts guys. Let's take it back to when I was in college. I actually hit a fork in the road because I was doing martial arts like hardcore, and I was also doing school.
Okay.
Full time.
Yeah.
And so it came to a point where I had to make a decision. Like, I knew I couldn't do both. I knew I couldn't teach, and I knew I couldn't do, pursue my career in
Gymnastics
filmmaking and filmmaking.
Oh, okay.
It was
So wait,
filmmaking.
martial arts was oh my god, hold up. Wait, to continue with that. I have like questions now. I have like serious.
So the reason why like I am in the position I'm teaching like photography, filmmaking, all that stuff is because I was inspired by those movies to want to be a martial arts superstar.
Nice.
Not for fighting. I don't believe in hurting somebody to like prove my worth or prove my skills. But I do believe in like just entertaining the masses and also doing the martial arts that you see on television.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, giving that flair, that pizzazz that people like. You know? It's,
and being goofy. Like, you know what I mean? Who doesn't like a goofy person who's like on film or stage or whatever?
of course.
And entertaining. I love entertaining people.
Yeah.
And so
I can see that you love to just make people smile. And you know what? I don't know where you can find this. It's probably in your archives, but in Mr. Heng's story times, you can find that on YouTube. You've shown old footage of your days in high school where you would. Were you a cheerleader?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I did cheer.
That's awesome. You would do flips like crazy. You would be just like, oh my god, like things I can't even freaking do, you know?
Yeah.
It's incredible. And you,
Yeah.
no matter what, when you landed or when you finished a cheer, you looked at the camera or you looked somewhere near the camera and you smiled. You smiled like there was no tomorrow, and it was
Yeah.
amazing. Just seeing that, I was like, man, that's incredible.
Yeah, I was definitely one of those out of the box high schoolers. There was no like gender lines or boundary lines or anything like that. It was kind of like,
It almost seemed like such a perfect time to exist.
yeah, and it was like anybody can be anything and everything that they want, and I really think that everyone should pursue that. You shouldn't like let's say you're a girl, you want to wrestle, go wrestle. You know,
Yeah,
or like
exactly.
let's say you're a guy like me and you want to do cheer, go do cheer. Who cares?
Just be the best at it, you know?
Yeah, exactly. And enjoy it. You know, the key is find enjoyment in what you do. Let the naysayers just, you know, keep themselves away, because in the end, like I said, if you want to live up to all that potential that everybody has, you got to find something and just go for it. You can't hold back.
Definitely. Yeah.
You know, as long as you're not hurting yourself or anybody else, I support you 100% in everything that you want to do in life.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. As anyone should, you know?
Yeah.
And in your days as I guess when you were talking about that fork, I'm very curious. So gymnastics or martial arts, anywhere in the athletic field, that was never an option for you? It was either the education route or film?
Yeah, cause
So
and-
that was a hobby? Is that what I'm getting at?
no, it was a passion.
It was a
It
passion.
was a passion. Yeah, it was a passion that I knew was harder to achieve because of the industry
Oh.
than if I were to go teach and have a stable job, a stable income. I think the biggest factor was the two biggest factor. One was if I get that one injury that is lifelong and I can't perform to the best of my ability anymore, my career is done. And if I do make it and I have to be away from my family for long durations of time, because in filmmaking, that's what happens.
Yeah.
And that breaks a lot of relationships.
Oh, man.
And so I decided to play the safe route because I like consistency. I like what I can control. You know what I mean? Landing jobs on those kinds of gigs is very inconsistent, and it's not something that you are in control of.
No, definitely.
You're partially in control, but it's so minute.
For the most part, it's other people telling you, okay, we need you on this day. Oh, but that's my kid's birthday. No, we need you here.
Exactly.
And yeah, no,
Yeah.
the show business in general is just a rough business, but it's for the masses and anybody watching, it's a beautiful thing.
It is.
But for those making it, for those making the sense and everything, it's tough. It's tough out there.
Yeah, everyone thinks it's I'm gonna be a star. I'm like, do you understand how much work you have to put in and how much everything has to align, you know?
Yeah.
I'm not trying to discourage people from trying to, get into the industry.
But
I just knew it wasn't for me because I like to operate a certain way.
But people should know that this path, as much as it looks like a fun one, it's a rough one. Yeah. It's a lot of obstacles. With anything, actually. With anything. It's like, I'm not trying to undermine one path over the other, but show business, as flashy as it looks, it does have its rough patches.
Yes.
And that's very interesting. And you mentioned you didn't want to be away from your family. Is it true? Now, this might be a rumor. Is this... Because, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know Mr. Heng like that. I only had him, I think, for maybe one class. But still, he's such a memorable teacher that I could not forget Tu and Heng, you know? So I'm not one of your students that was fortunate enough to know your whole life story, but I'm hoping to at least get certain parts and pieces here on Making Sense With Moy. Is it true that you did end up with your high school sweetheart?
Oh no, that's false.
Oh, fuck! No!
Someone lied to you.
5.
No, it's okay. It's okay.
Well, that's still amazing. I saw, I believe, a picture of you and your wife, and I was like, oh, that's incredible. Is that his high school sweetheart?
No. We actually met. Interesting story is it was actually through cheer. I worked at a professional cheer company, and I was cheer instructor, and then I ended up like, I don't want to do instructor anymore. I want to be the roadie. Basically, the roadie is the person who sets up the sound, brings the water out for everybody. You know, basically, I downgraded my job, but it's okay. I get the same pay, but I enjoy what I do.
Yeah, exactly.
You know,
less, maybe a little bit less like responsibility. Not responsibility, but like
there's less for
less,
sure.
right?
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah, as cheer instructor,
pressure.
Yes, less pressure, and I just want to enjoy my time working for the company. And I met my wife's business partner. They just recently opened up a dance school, and then she was like, "You gotta meet this girl," and I'm like, "Oh, I heard that before. I'm around cheerleaders, you know. I'm always around pretty girls, so it's like, looks don't matter to me. I've always had like this mindset of if a girl can't hold a conversation with me, there's no business in us being together at all.
Oh my god!
You know what I mean?
Two in Heng has standards, ladies and gentlemen.
Man, standards, yeah. But yeah, I met my wife through my the person who worked with me for the chair company.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, I'm a sucker for love stories. Can you? You don't have to go in detail, but at least can you tell me? Is this something that was like out of a freaking Disney movie where you're like eyes lock? You guys go on a date, share a meatball, you know, that type of stuff, spaghetti.
Nah, man, we didn't have that Lady in the Tramp moment, bro. No, it was a struggle. Because the struggle was on me, and at the time, my wife didn't know she was getting set up. I knew. Set up. Like, I knew that her business partner wanted me to, like, kind of court her a little bit. Yeah. But it took me a few meetings. I see. Before I was like, I'm actually interested in actually getting to know her better. Oh. So when I first met her, she thought I was like a day laborer. No racist, all right? She thought I was a day laborer helping to paint her, whatever, a studio. And so she was like, "Who's this guy?" And I was like, she's cute, she's nice, but you know, whatever. Yeah. What else is there underneath all that, you know? Uh-huh. And so met her for the first time. She thought I was just like some person helping to paint the studio. I met her the second time was when they had a grand opening of her dance studio with her partner at the time, her business partner. And then, dude, I literally was breakdancing on her beautiful, like, new floors. And I literally was the first person who had made a mark there. Because I was breakdancing, and you just see circles.
No way.
Because
That's so sick.
But here's the thing. I went up to her afterwards after I realized I made all these marks and I was that one person who made a mark in the studio. And then I went up to her and I apologized and I said, basically, I'm sorry, I'll help clean it up if you need me to, and this and that. And she realized like the marks, it was like that guy, I was that guy. And so I felt bad, but at least I was honest because I knew on my part, I knew I did the right thing. I at least apologized. Yeah. There's nothing I can do about it except clean it, right? And it was an invitation for everyone to come and dance and blah, blah, blah. So I was like...
But you left your mark. You were the first one up.
Yes,
boom.
Literally left the mark.
That's so cool.
And
did you impress her by any chance with your breakdancing? Did she see that? Was she captivated by it?
She's around guys like that all the time.
Come on.
Like I'm around cute girls all the time.
I know, but you didn't.
She's around like guys who breakdance who are talented.
You didn't at least like bust down like a little wink, when you did like the.
I wasn't really trying to court her like for real. I was just there to like. Oh, there's a hangout and my friend's having it, because I was closer to her business partner at the time than her. And then it wasn't until she came to one of my performances when I was in the Nutcracker.
Oh, incredible!
And so I was the jester, and I did, tumbling and dancing and all that. And it was through Long Beach Ballet Arts. I don't know if you're familiar with that, but they're like a big ballet studio here. And we went out afterwards, and we hung out, and I started talking to her, and she said, I plan to be a special education teacher. I was like, money.
Oh my
money right there, like the heart's in the right place. Because I don't want to say I judge people, but you know, you look for things that are beyond the surface. For me, at least.
Yeah.
I look for the things that are beyond the intelligence, the cuteness, and the, you know, all that. I look beyond that. Like, yes, we were able to like talk, but we weren't holding deep conversations until that night. And that was the night that I actually asked her for her phone number, and I actually pursued her.
No way.
Like, for real pursued her. Not just like, oh, I'm just hanging out with my friends, you know? And so, yeah, when she said that, dude, it was just like, she has the right mentality and the right heart.
You're mine, honey. Like, you're locked in.
Yeah.
The rest is history type
I
of stuff.
suckered her in. No.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
It took work.
No,
took
yeah,
work.
of course, with anything, but like that's amazing. That's beautiful. And wow. And it all started with leaving your mark, huh?
Yeah, it literally did. It's pretty much start leaving my mark with painting her studio and then leaving my mark on the floor where I was dancing.
I like that. And then now, fast forward a little bit, you and her are living happily, and you also have an adopted daughter. Is that correct?
Yes.
How old is she?
She's 7.
She's 7.
Definitely a different kind of challenge
Yeah,
there.
those are golden years right there. Those
She's
are
feisty.
ones to remember, you know?
Yeah, she's feisty just like me. But I'm happy because like I think this is gonna, you know, challenge us to become stronger as a family. You know, all the struggles we're going through with her right now. Because when you adopt a child, there are different like challenges you have to go through.
Yeah. When I first heard that, I was like, well, when Chets told me, oh, did you know that he has a kid? I was like, oh, okay. Not to brush it off like, oh, he has a kid, like, oh, whatever. But when you said adopt a kid, that's a whole different ballpark.
Yeah.
I was like, the first thing I thought of is like, for those that don't know, I was like, whoa, paperwork. Because it's just, my innocent little brain before was like, oh, yeah, I could just get a kid. It should be easy.
Yes.
No, it's the most difficult thing in the world. You know, you think, 9 months of waiting is hard. I think it's harder to do the paperwork and all that stuff. It's just, wow.
The paperwork is like literally like novels.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
And it's not even like a guaranteed, correct?
No.
That's the most heartbreaking part. Imagine, it's just, I commend you for that. That's incredible. You and your wife. That's just, you have to be a certain strong person. No, it's incredible. It's, wow. Yeah. And what, how was that whole journey, I guess?
Oh, the journey was pretty rough because like we had to deal with pandemic in the middle of picking her up. So
way.
Yeah, so we had we were waiting for a long while. I would say like a year and a half before we got matched with her. And then we went to visit her that August of 2019. And then
before the pandemic.
Yeah, and then we got back and we're like, cool, yeah, we're matched, we're good, we're gonna go, we're gonna go through with it.
Yeah.
And then we were supposed to pick her up in like around April 2020, but you already know, like
shit started to go down.
It got real quick on 3/13/2020.
Jesus.
Was when everything was just like, nope, everyone, we're taking a 5-week break, and we're like, oh, that's great, we'll go pick up.
That's great.
Blah, blah,
and
blah,
then,
blah. And then it was like, nope, flights canceled, blah blah blah, this and that, like restrictions, blah blah blah.
Oh my goodness.
And yeah, it was intense. And then we got, like 5 months later, we were able to like fly out there, pick her up, because they were easing up on restrictions. We were trying to get a grip of things, of how to travel during the pandemic. Traveling in the middle of the pandemic was like
scary.
Strange. No, it wasn't scary for me. I was like, from day one, I was like, most of us gonna catch it, regardless of how careful we're gonna be.
I've never heard
My
that.
wife was like, no, we gotta do this, and this, and she was worried. I was like, we're fighting. Okay, so like for me personally, I feel like we were fighting against an invisible opponent, right?
Yeah.
You're gonna get hit, period.
Yeah. But
that's it.
It sounds like you were just ready to catch those punches and throw them back, you know? Like that.
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah. So,
and I've never heard that mentality before. I've heard people go like either carefree, like I don't care, or like paranoid mode.
Please
you
don't
know?
get me.
Yeah. But you're like, no, well, I'm gonna respect it, but if I get it, I'm gonna throw it back at it. You know, like
Right.
like, that's interesting.
Yeah. So I mean, like, I don't want to sound like insensitive, all right? But I'm gonna put it out there because it's just the truth. Bottom line, viruses are developed or made by nature. Or
Yeah.
man, I hope it's not man.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, let's assume we're not thinking about all the conspiracy theories and all that stuff, right? Let's assume that. I would say that those things mutate and develop and all that because the bottom line is when we're living in this world, it's survival of the fittest.
Yes.
If you just think of it scientifically speaking, not like I'm trying to, do conspiracy theories and stuff. 'Cause I don't believe in that stuff. Yeah, that's what it was like. It was kind of like, okay, well, we had the flu, we had the Spanish flu. Who made that?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We had the Black Plague. Who made that? You know what I mean? Like
The government back then.
that's what I'm saying. Like
The aliens.
I know, right? It's like
Yeah,
it was kind of
yeah.
like I like you said, I respect it, I accept it. It's just a matter of time.
And you've overcome it. Did you, by any chance, obtain it? Oh, get it?
Never.
Did you unlock that
Surprisingly-
achievement?
Surprisingly, I never. He said unlock that achievement like an Xbox. I used to see a little thing.
Got Corona.
Yeah. No. Surprisingly, no.
Wow! Congratulations.
Yeah. Given that, like, I mean, I respect my wife. She asked me to wear a mask and stuff. But at this point, I went through a whole school year without even catching it. I feel like I've won.
That's
I think it eventually will get me.
round of
But
applause.
I feel like I've won already.
That's incredible because I mean I think when Chets was going to school, he also didn't catch COVID. I didn't catch COVID. Nobody here in this studio has ever participated in the COVID party, which is not a party. It's dreadful. I've had a couple of people that have gotten in. It was a bad time for them, but we are, I want to say, some of the lucky ones.
Yeah.
Again, like you said, maybe it's a matter of time, but I'm thankful and I'm glad that we're okay and we haven't had the chance to be affected by that.
Yes.
Do you were you ever like I guess the word is worried that it would affect your career in a way?
No.
No? Because like seeing students disappear 1, 2, maybe, I don't know how it worked when you went back to school, because you did teach online, right? Remote learning.
Yeah.
But once you went back into school, was it like, oh man, this is not gonna work out? Oh, there goes Timmy. He's
Yeah.
like he's not there anymore in class, I guess.
What was hard? What made it hard was having the randomness of different kids out at different times.
Yeah.
And I couldn't give strict deadlines. And so when that made it hard for my students. But this year was like the most lenient year I've ever been, as a teacher, where I'm accepting work that was due in the beginning of the semester.
Really?
Yeah, well, I had to. I mean, like, how can you, like...
I want you as my teacher,
You
Mr.
know what I mean? Like, it was just this year. It was like I had to hold back on hard deadlines because it's unfair because, I mean, I've had students who were not great students out. I had students who were amazing students out. Like, well, how do you make it fair for everyone?
Yes.
I can't keep track of all their deadlines. Like, that's just unreal.
No.
It's unrealistic. It's not realistic. It's more stress for me. And it's like, I don't want to deal with that.
Oh, man.
So I just, like, across the board, if you're willing to do your work, turn it in, and I will grade it on time, and I will... you do what you need to do because I'll do what I need to do.
Yeah.
The goal is to help you. I don't go in there like, I don't like you, you're a D. I don't like you, you're a C. I mean, like, who does that as a teacher?
That
I
would
wish.
be-
I'd be like, hey, son, just to go there and like judge. Like,
It's like,
who does that?
Hi, Mr. Heng. You're a D.
Yeah.
You're a fucking D.
F, get out of here. You don't even have to come to class anymore.
Oh my
You know, like,
goodness.
that'd be like the best job in the world.
But I'm glad it's not like that. But that sounds reasonably fair. If you're willing to put in the work, you should at least get graded. But it wasn't. I hope that a lot of students didn't turn it in, like the last week, right? It wasn't like that. It wasn't crazy?
No. I had a good. Luckily, I have like like you said, I have developed a good relationship with my students. The ones who don't want to work or just don't want to work, period. The ones who are willing to work, every time I got a steady flow of student work that come in, and I would just grade it on a daily basis. And that helped me, you know, relieve my stress of like, oh my God, I got so much they're gonna like give me to do. But in the end, you know, the kids who want to pass, they did their work. The kids who just didn't care, I don't know why, because they were given all this opportunity, they just didn't do anything. So it kind of hurt, but at the same time, like hurt me personally, because it felt like, oh man, you could have been somebody or do more for yourself, but you choose not to.
Damn.
So there's no, you know, like I can't force them. I can't beat them to doing their work.
Yeah,
you know,
you're right.
like,
Yeah.
Can't do that. But it's like at least I gave them the opportunity,
Yeah.
and I don't feel guilty.
Yeah. It's at the end of the day, your job as a teacher is fulfilled, but because it's a two-way street. You're a teacher, and they're supposed to be a student. And if the student's not willing to learn, then you're putting in all that work you're putting in 50% when someone else isn't giving their 50%, you know?
Right,
So
yeah.
the team won't succeed. But you did your best with all the other ones, you know?
The ones who are willing willing to work.
I've never thought of it like that. I've never put myself in the shoes of a teacher. It's a very tough and respectable line of work. It's I don't think a lot of people see it that way, especially when we're students. I think a lot of students don't really take the time to appreciate this person taking time. Well, it's a job, but taking time out of their day to better the next generation. You know?
Yeah, that's you know, I just have this this theme like this whole year with my gymnastics girls as well, because I coach gymnastics on top of teaching filmmaking and photography and
That's
stuff.
That's what's up.
And so like, you know, I just gave a speech about lighting the next torch.
Oh.
You know, and so I tell my gymnastics girls, I call them my girls or my kids, right? They're like all my kids.
That's cute.
And on my daughter on top of that, you know, she's my real kid.
Uh-huh.
But I told them that if they can just light that next torch, like that next girl who comes in and like help them get better at gymnastics, that's what it is. You tell them like these are these gymnastics expectations. This is the team expectation. These are the family rules, and you have to abide by these family rules. And you know, you come in, you work hard, and then you play later. And you know, you have that mentality of come in, do work, achieve something, and leave.
Yeah.
You know, and so I told them at the end of my speech, basically what I said was, make sure you light the next torch, because every time you light the next torch and they light the next one, our future will be brighter. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like, you get the point, right?
Yeah, I get the point.
Like,
it's making sense.
Yeah, it's making sense. That's right. It's making sense.
That's beautiful. That is, wow.
Yeah.
You're a poet.
I try to be, you know. Your boy got bars too. I can throw down. You know?
So when it comes to, I guess, being a teacher, like having that mentality of just doing it for not yourself but for the future generations, is that something that's, like you said, that's something you try to instill in not just your students but other people that can teach, right?
Yes.
That's
Other
good.
people. Yeah.
All right, my friend, I have a whole bunch of we're gonna maybe move away from the teaching side of things, and we're gonna talk about like you said, your passion.
Okay.
I'm very curious about that.
Yeah, let's talk about that.
When did that start? Let's say, because did you start martial arts at a young age?
Dude, I started martial arts like in the womb, bro.
Fighting for
I was
a
like
chance.
kicking, you know, kicking.
What captivated you? Was it like a game of Street Fighter? Was it like seeing a first boxing match, or was it just natural instincts?
It was definitely natural.
Natural?
It's almost like a rite of passage, at least for my male side of the family.
Okay.
Because my dad's one, my uncle's one, and you know, we're all martial artists.
Really?
I didn't know about this until like much later.
No way.
Dude, my dad can throw down, dude.
Really? That's insane.
My dad's crazy good.
That must be amazing to come down, come from a, I guess, legacy of like very well-respected, well-trained martial artists, you know?
Yeah.
And how did you feel about that? You're like, wow, I'm destined to freaking win? Or what?
To win, hence.
I like it.
So I never had that mentality of like I'm better than other people.
Mm-hmm.
Like, well, you kind of know like who you're better than based on skill. You know what I mean?
Course,
like
of
you
course.
can kind of you can kind of feel that.
Mm-hmm.
But what I felt was like my dad, because he had the skill sets, he taught me some, but he never wanted to teach me. He actually wanted other people to teach me how to do martial arts.
Interesting.
Yeah.
What-
But he would give me critiques, but he would never teach me. He would never be my coach.
May I ask, was that a father thing or was that a coach thing?
I think we all naturally kind of understand when you get to a certain age, because even I feel that way. Like, I don't want to train my child. I'd rather have somebody else train my daughter.
I see.
Yeah.
You think it's because you don't want to destroy or perhaps damage like that bond?
We want to keep that father and daughter,
Yeah.
or father-son, or whatever relationship.
You want to be
more
like
important than that master-student relationship,
yeah.
because like they're your kid
exactly
at the end of the day. And I
Smart.
think some parents don't get that. They think like, I'm already good at this, I'm going to train my kids to be good at this, and they're going to be the cream of the crop. It's kind of like, I mean, we want to, but in the end, your relationship as parent and child is more important overall.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Wow.
Yeah. So I mean, you know,
Yeah.
but
No.
my dad still taught me stuff.
No.
He's
Yeah.
still
Of
like,
course.
it's funny because like we'd be this close. I jump in the car, and my friend would jump in the car because my dad would pick us up or whatever, you know, at the mall. Back then we used to hang out at the mall.
That's
right?
what's up.
And then we would literally be doing all this stuff, and my friend in the back was like, "What are you guys doing?" I'm like, well, this is my dad testing me in my martial arts skills.
That's cool.
And it was like.
It's like at a red light.
Basically, like, yeah.
All right, that's cool.
So it's really fun to have my dad do that with me when I was, you know, those are my memorable things that I did with my dad, and how he would like take me to training, and you know, he would drop me off, and he would just sit there and watch, and you know, watch me progress, and like, and here's why I'm tooting my own horn here. I'm not afraid to do it, because as long as you can back it up, it's okay.
That's what's up. He starts doing flips right here, right now.
Right?
Kicks.
And so, like, you know, he saw that I had a natural talent for it.
That's cool. Yeah. That's cool. And I assume much later it was less of him kind of like holding your hand to do it. You did it yourself, right? You started to.
So and I even do that with my own martial arts students. I lead them up to a certain path, you know, or I train them up to a certain skill set. And then once I know they have all their foundation skills, and then I encourage them to basically fly away and do their own thing, right? Like, it's the worst way to put it, but I say, you know, I'm going to push you out of the nest, fly or die. You know what I mean? Fly or die. It's kind of like, basically that's what happens with birds, you know?
Yeah.
Like, you just fly or die.
Oh, God. It's
morbid, but it's truthful.
Yeah. But, I mean, it's really, like, again, it's the job of a teacher. It's like you put in your half of the work, and now it's up to the student, to the baby bird to fly away.
Right.
You know? Yeah. And let's just hope that the baby bird does fly away.
Yeah, most of my baby birds fly away. Real talk. They fly away and they come back, and some, you know, It's interesting because I've had kids tell me like because their father passed away early or whatever, I was like their father figure. You know what I mean? Like, I was like that next thing to a father.
That's beautiful.
So, yeah.
To when you want to make me cry right now, don't you? that is just, that touches me. That's incredible.
It's more insane when you're like just scrolling through Facebook and you see this post about you, you know, and you're just like, and then you screenshot it, of course, you know, because you gotta
hang that one up on the wall.
That's right. Hang it up on the wall. But I do. I actually do. I hold on to all those things that kids write me, and I post it in a way where it'll remind me when I'm down about, you know, teaching or life or whatever, and I would go back and read those, and like it's just like refuel the fire.
Yeah.
So
I think that's definitely nice to like just look back and see how many lives you've impacted.
yeah.
You know, like, and my friend, wow. I can't even. Is there a number to that? Do you have a specific number? No, right?
Or to how many kids?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know, dude. I just do the best I can. Shoot, I'll be like to infinity and beyond.
Yeah. No, but that's incredible. It's just that. Do you ever like spontaneously like maybe? I'm just trying to put myself in your shoes, right? I would spontaneously cry, like just like looking through that, you know?
Yeah. There are. I haven't. I can't think of a time where like.
Don't cry right now.
I'm not. I'm not. It's just pepper spray.
Yeah,
No.
the lights.
But no, I haven't. I don't think I've cried
Oh, wow.
over a student writing me, but I'm touched.
Okay.
But I have cried in front of my students.
Really?
Yeah.
May I ask, happy emotion or was it
Sad.
sad? Oh,
Sad. It was all
okay.
sad. Happy, I have never cried happy.
Happily?
I don't think I've ever cried happily.
Wow. I've maybe done it once, but it's a beautiful. It's weird. It's a weird feeling. It's like why cry if you're happy? But it's like you're so overwhelmed. You know. That's the way I imagine. I was like very young when I cried very happily. But for the most part, crying is because you're sad or touched.
Yeah.
At the very least.
I get too hyped to cry. Like
Really?
when I'm excited, I get like really excited. Like I get loud and I'm like running around and I'm like screaming and yelling. But I've never cried.
Wow.
So.
A fun fact for you out there, all of you out there watching, Mr. Heng doesn't cry, or has not cried like that. So.
No, I haven't. So if you are the first to do it, that makes
Yeah.
that means something.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
That's special.
That's a challenge. That's the make Mr. Heng cry when he's happy challenge.
That's not a challenge I want to take part of.
Joking.
So this is actually a question. I'm not gonna go back to it, but just you went to Poly, right?
Yes, I did.
May I ask why did you teach at Wilson if you went to Poly?
Oh, easy answer, really.
Did you not like the Jackrabbits?
No.
Did you
it's
hate
because,
the
like,
Jackrabbits?
I'm sorry. He's all instigating, trying to poke the bear. No, it was because, when you're young and you think that, but like when you're older, and I got a job where I get a job. Bottom line.
I see.
I got a job where I got a job. I wanted to go back to Poly, but it just didn't happen that way.
Mm-hmm.
And I ended up being at Wilson, which is fine. Because like I've made myself there.
Yeah.
Like, everyone knows who I am. I have a reputation.
Yes.
And then I even was asked by my principal, "Would you like to go back to Poly after teaching at Wilson
Really?
for a couple of years?" And I said, "Nah, I'm good. I'm comfortable because I matured fast enough as a teacher not to draw that line where it's kind of I only want to go back and serve my school, And when in reality you serve your community." And that's all that matters.
Yeah.
And when you become, hopefully one day I'll have this type of influence. When you become big enough, then you try to inspire the world, kind of like what Angelina Jolie does and stuff like that, because they have that status.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? And so like they try to do things to make the world a better place.
Yeah.
So right now your boy's focused on his community, but if I ever blow up, I'm taking you with me.
Oh yeah, I like that. That's a mentality everybody should have. And I guess going back to the Poly thing, I'm very curious. I don't know the exact years that you went to Poly, but did you ever see Snoop Dogg out there?
No, I never. He was like, I think about like 8 years ahead of me or something.
Oh, really?
Like that. Yeah.
So,
something like that. Yeah.
You were probably bumping his tracks while you were in
Yes,
Poly.
definitely. I was
see.
rolling down the street. We're gonna leave it at that.
That's cool. That's cool. Oh man, that would have been like a crazy story. Like if you were maybe 2 years below.
Share homework.
Yeah, I used to.
I did Snoop Dogg math homework. I wish.
Let's talk about your photography.
Okay.
And your whole documenting adventures and all that. Your escapades. Is that the correct word? No.
Yeah, my leisure adventures. I
Yeah,
guess you
yeah,
call
yeah.
it.
Because I see that, and just you coming in right now, you were documenting it. That's incredible.
Yeah.
You're one of the first guests to just like.
Vlog.
Yeah, that's and that was like, oh, that's like the cherry on top. That's Mr. Heng's like signature move, you know?
Yes.
And I love that. Cuz you have your own flair to it, you have your own pizzazz, and I love seeing your videos. I really do. And me and Chets were watching, I guess, what was it? The one where fishing?
Yeah, you did recently on your Instagram. You were fishing and you were just kind of like talking out your frustrations. And
Yeah.
You killed a fish.
He's like, you gotta be happy, folks. You gotta be happy.
and then I sat there. I was like, "Oh man, I killed the
when
fish."
you got super sad, I was like, "Oh my fuck, no way!"
I mean, I don't go fishing to kill the fish.
No,
you know?
I know.
went fishing to like just relieve my like mental stress.
And that shit was so funny. Me and Chets were like, this man. Oh my goodness.
Well, I like okay.
It's a switch. It just caught us off guard.
Yeah, it all started with like, "What's up, lifelong learner? It's your boy, Mr. Heng. I'm gonna talk about why I haven't been making videos, right, for my YouTube channel, of course." And then I landed a fish right away, and then I pulled it in, and then it swallowed too deep, and then I was like trying to save it. I was like, I can't save this one, because you kind of know. Like what's salvageable, what's not, and then it started bleeding. Like I already pulled it out and it was already bleeding, and I was like, okay, that.
And you were
it's
like,
already
I wish
messed
there
up.
was a bird nearby so I can
Like
give it
feed
to
it
the
the bird. Yeah, I mean, like why? Just make it useful, you know? Like,
yeah, of course. Don't
if
have
it's-
I guess what is it? A life go to waste in a way.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's a life, you know. Like if I can feed the ecosystem, then something good will come out of it. You know?
Literally give back to the community. So, yeah.
But yeah, and then I busted out with like basically like, oh my goodness, I did something wrong, and I started talking about like how I've been stressed out because I've been working so hard, not because of family life and all that stuff, because I think that's like family life is gonna go up and down, and you know you just have to ride the waves. But it was because like I was pushing myself to work so hard that my brain literally stopped working on me.
Was it? May I ask? Maybe I don't know if you got too specific on that, but was it? Because teaching's always work, you know, and then family is also always work. But was it more of like on the side of like photography and you trying to like juggle all these things at once?
Oh yeah.
In a way?
I knew that I had to give something up, and then I gave up my YouTube, which is my photography and video and my creative outlet. I had to put that on hold because I was so focused on my students and my family life.
Yep.
That I took a break from YouTube for a long period of time.
Yes.
And then when I posted, it was just like random stuff of me driving through the redwoods or me walking through the
Which is
Corona's
still
Dark Trail.
cinematically beautiful, and it's like, wow, you know,
Yeah.
this is Mr. Heng's stuff, and it never ceases to put a smile on our faces, you know.
Thank you.
Seeing,
That being said, are you making a comeback?
yeah.
Yes, this summer. Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
Mr.
I'm gonna
To
drop
win,
some more videos.
to win.
Yeah, I think I had a good break, and then I'm definitely gonna do more videos this summer.
Are you planning to travel and document those, or is it more of just you enjoying the moment?
I think I'm gonna go back to my focus, which was to talk about camera gears.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool,
And then
cool.
just educate people about camera stuff, and obviously I'm gonna do some vlogging in the
That's
middle
what's
of it.
up. That's what's up.
And definitely I'm gonna share some of my travels. I don't talk about all my travels because I have too many family stuff in there where I don't put out too much family stuff. I only want to focus on like, oh, this is the gear I used when I was traveling.
Yeah,
These
yeah.
are some pictures of landscape or whatever.
Yeah,
but I
exactly.
would like, it's extremely rare that I post anything like family.
Oh, of
I talk
course.
about it though.
Yeah.
I write about it, but I would like not really show pictures
Show
of
it,
my
yes.
daughter and all
Yeah,
that
yeah.
stuff. Yeah.
Which
Like, I still
is-
blur out her face.
Yeah, which is honestly something that like is like
Hard to balance.
no, yeah, hard to balance. And when I first like encountered that or like heard about it, I was like thinking that's very interesting. Like this man is open and very casual, but at the same time reserves. Like my dumb little brain first initially thinks like, well, if you're gonna be open, just talk about everything. But that's an ignorant way and like a very closed-minded way of thinking about it. Of course, you want to be open with your audience or just with anybody, but you want to hold the stuff that is very important and dear to you.
Yeah.
You know, because that's your stuff. Right. Everybody's entitled and allowed to have their stuff. Yeah. So, after thinking about it for a while, this wasn't like a last night thought. You know, this was when I first heard. Like, I was like, oh, cool. How come he doesn't do this? And then I thought about it more. And I was like, okay, yeah, it totally makes sense. You know?
I mean, you do that because, like, my wife and I, we discussed it, you know? Like, sometimes I would have to ask for permission to post stuff, like, with me and her.
Oh, really?
You know, sometimes it's kind of like my wife is more reserved and she's more private. And so you have to respect that.
No, definitely, of course.
And
I totally understand.
Yeah.
Interesting. That is I don't know if people knew that already, but that is incredible to know.
Thanks.
And I by the way, this is just a little fun fact in case anybody wants to know. I do love your DaVinci Resolve series for beginners on YouTube.
Yeah. Oh,
that one helped out a lot for us. Yeah. You know, so we learned how to navigate through DaVinci Resolve because we do have the black magic, and that works like natively with the DaVinci Resolve. So
yeah,
perfect.
I've been eyeing that camera, like the Blackmagic Pocket 4K and 6K. I've been eyeing that camera, but I can't vlog with it, so that's why I always go for like Panasonic because Panasonic offers the most bang for the bucks features, and that's why I just end up going with them because it's easier for me to do photography and video at the same time. Like, okay, so can you imagine the Blackmagic being able to pull off something like this? And I'm not going to show the crowd here, but I'll block my daughter. Can you imagine if the Blackmagic could do something like? Well, you can see it, but I'm not going to show it to the audience. Of course. But that right there, I'll actually show it to the audience here. So if you can, maybe you can see it. If you can see it, but yeah,
we could also blur it out as well. So in post.
So yeah, it's something that I've been wanting, but I knew it wasn't for me unless I strictly go into filmmaking.
Interesting.
I couldn't vlog with that.
Yeah, no, of course. This is our best vlogging camera would be the one that Chets has right there. Look at that. Yeah. And that one is more for our cinematic stuff or more.
This more serious.
Yeah.
I mean, the price is not that serious, but this is a serious camera.
Yeah, and it's just a shame that to be taken seriously, you gotta go bigger. You know.
Which is
I was looking into it, and I'm not saying I want to be on Netflix or I want to be on Amazon Prime, but you can. But they have requirements. You got to be shooting on like I think a Red or an Arri Alexa or something like that. And I was like, whoa, these are huge cameras. They're inexpensive cameras too. And it's like, whoa. And that's just the camera itself. Then you got to think about the lenses and then the storage space. And then like, there's so much, it's so much stuff that goes into it. And I'm thinking, nah, I'm fine with my BMPCC 4K. So
I might catch one used later on, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah. But you're a tech guy yourself. You know, you love nerd, a fanatic, an enthusiast of technology. How did that start? Where did your journey begin on the
oh my goodness, like
technology spectrum?
I've always been like a camera nerd and a computer nerd, so I always remember going back to thinking about driving up and down the 5 freeway because that's when I was like noticing all these like hills and landscapes, like, so that's how my love for photography started, was to see all this landscape and realize I'm not able to capture it. And then I was like, oh, okay, so I started with my like point and shoot film cameras. Some of y'all might be too young to even know what that is, but you got the close enough Polaroid stuff that y'all doing right now. But yeah, it was literally like a point and shoot, battery in the camera already. You have 24 shots.
Yes.
And then, you make it count. You can't just be like, selfies all day, every day, you know? And then, so I started off with that. And then I got a digital camera when I was in college. And then I eventually, started my business in 2012-ish, 2011, 2012.
The legendary business, Heng It Up. Come on.
Photography.
Yeah. Say it loud and proud.
Every shot's worth hanging up.
Which is something that me and Chets were looking into, and it's just incredible. It's phenomenal to see. You not only teach, but you do martial arts, and you also do photography, and you're a family man. So it's like there's so many elements to you, and it's amazing to see them all combine into one beautifully amazing person.
Thank you.
Thourn Heng.
Yes.
You know?
I try. I try to be the best version of myself, lead by example.
Yeah.
I truly believe in that.
And you are just I want to grow up to be like you, you know? You're incredible. You're incredible. And we have something for you. Mr. Heng. We wanted to leave an impression, and we were so inspired by what you do. We wanted to give you a gift, a token of our friendship. This is the Making Sense With Moy Gimmick Box, where most of the little trinkets come from. But let's see, let me find yours. Sorry.
Watch it be something I can hang up. Get it? Hang up.
Can he hang on?
No, I mean, technically.
you can slap it. No, you can slap it on. Hang it up. Ah, man, we should have got something that goes with his name.
You can pretty much hang up anything nowadays.
Well,
with
I hope
stickies.
you can hang up these stickers.
Oh,
hang it up, stickers.
Look at that. Look at that.
Yeah, these are custom made
Thank you.
stickers that we made, and we hope that you enjoy them. We make a lot of stickers here, so much so that we make our own. Here, let me just on top of getting a Heng It Up photography sticker, which, by the way, I didn't know was a camera until like very recently.
Really?
Oh, because I was like this must be I thought it was like a, what is it, a portrait? You know, like when you hang it up, but I was like, this isn't making any sense. Oh,
Yeah.
I see it. You know, it's a
Yeah.
G's the lens and yeah.
Got
Smart.
it. Yeah, it was my friend's idea. His wife gave him, my friend from high school, we graduated together. And so he was like, I need to build my portfolio for graphic design, blah, 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 make logos for people. And so I just started off my business, and I was like, dude, here, make my logo. And he did it. So it was like for free. But I liked it so much, like after my business went profitable, so I paid my boy, you know? He was
That's what's
like-
up.
Yeah, I was like, this is quality work. So I decided, yeah, we're gonna do them right.
Well, we hope that this is quality work enough for you. This is a Making Sense With Moy sticker, my friend.
Oh.
And
Keep it close to my heart.
aw.
My first podcast.
Yeah. Have you ever been on anything like this before? Is this
This is my first like podcast.
really?
Yeah, like real, like legit light setup and stage and everything.
Are you? I guess you're not a stranger to this type of environment, are you?
Oh, of course not. Yeah, I was in front of the camera before I decided to be behind the camera. So
That's
like
what's up.
for me to ham it up and all that stuff, or just have a conversation with someone in front of the camera, it's like I'm in my element.
Easy
Yeah,
peasy.
Easy. Yeah.
That's what's up. Yeah, my friend. Let's see. Let me look through my notes, because I do have a lot of stuff, but I don't wanna.
Seriously, did research on me.
Yeah. We're kidding.
Ooh, this was very interesting. And when I first heard this, I was like, you must have done this for a while, because
Okay.
if you go, I don't know if you guys have access to School Loop or not, whatnot, but this man has his resume, how many years he's done of martial
Yeah,
arts.
Did you write that yourself?
He has like
Everything?
Yeah.
he's like
yeah.
14
I wrote
years,
that.
13. Oh God, I don't have the
Like 10 years of judo, 10 years of like kickboxing.
Yeah.
like 1 year of this, 1 year of that, and I'm
Yeah.
like, holy crap!
Yeah.
This man could like just death stare me and just brah, I'm dead. But no, he's incredibly skilled. And when I first heard that he trained at the Shaolin Temple, I was
Yes.
like, oh my God. And then I told Chets, I'm like, okay. Well, like, I wasn't trying to undermine you, but I was like,
Yeah.
okay. How many Shaolin temples are there? There's only one.
Yeah,
There's only
only one.
fucking one.
There's only
And I was like,
Yeah.
because I thought it was like, again, I thought it was like a church type of deal where like there's a multiple of them, you know.
No,
But no,
no.
see, I didn't know, so I had to do my research, and Imagine if I just went up to you and be like, "Oh, big deal," you know? Like, that would have been very disrespectful.
Yes.
You trained at the one and only Shaolin Temple.
Yeah.
Out there in at the Mount. I don't remember. Do you know what it's called?
It's I think it was Henan, I believe.
What? Oh.
Henan. Yeah.
Oh,
Anyways, yeah.
I was completely wrong.
Yeah.
I was about to say because I looked up what the word Shaolin meant, and there's it's.
Shaolin just means small force.
Yeah.
Small
So
force.
I was like, oh shit, I was completely wrong on that
Yeah,
one.
it was an experience. Like that was one of my childhood dreams. Like that's like a huge bucket list item.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that was like, I would say probably like top 3 on my list.
And you did this 2018.
Yeah, you can catch it on the gram. Like
Yeah.
I posted up on my Instagram.
And I was like, oh my god, I freaking graduated that year. So I was like, I didn't get to hear about this, you know?
Yeah.
This is all coming from future generations of Wilson students that got to know your story more.
Yeah.
So I wanted to hear from myself. Mr. Heng went to the Shaolin Temple.
Yeah.
And you were a student there? Did you start from the ground up? Please tell me. Like, how do you enlist? What needs to happen?
So luckily for me, I have a friend who's like Philip Sahagan. He actually owns a school, K-Star in Vegas. Shout out to K-Star in Vegas.
Shout out to you.
If you're in Vegas, go train under my friend. I'm very picky at who I associate myself with in martial arts because to be honest, some people run McDojos. You basically can go order a black belt.
Really?
Yeah. So for me, that kind of, let's just be real. If you're out there and you're watching, you're offended by what I said, that's the truth. And then there are some schools that are just like solid.
You have to earn it.
Yeah, they've earned it, and I watch them coach, and I know their mentality and all that. I mean, you can still learn to be a better person through that process of going through a school that's more like about profits.
Yeah.
But for us, it was more about the schools that I like to associate myself with is schools who want to teach it and have those people pass it on, like the knowledge. Again, light the next torch. And so my friend did that, and one day he was like, "Oh, I'm having a group of people. Go sign up. Let's go to Shaolin Temple together," because he has connections and he can arrange all that stuff. And I was like, "Yeah, why not?"
Yeah, why not? Wait, it can't just be that easy though.
It can be just that easy.
No way!
If you pay for the trip. If you pay for the trip, and he has connection with like the abbot, like the highest monk there. So I had an in. You know what I mean? And he was my in. And so I'm so happy that he put that trip together and we all went together.
Oh my God.
Yeah, there are some people who went with me. I don't know if you've seen the recent movie that Michelle Yeoh came out with, Everything Everywhere All at Once.
No, I have wanted to watch that so bad.
Go watch it. There's a couple of guys in there who fights her in the office.
Yeah,
I won't spoil it for you, but it's a bald guy and his brother with hair. Yeah, you'll see them fighting her in the office. And I went and trained with them, and they actually look up to me as their senpai per se. Yeah,
that's so cute.
But it was funny because like now I look at them and I'm like I'm so amazed at what they do.
Really, that's incredible.
So it's kind of like coming in full circle. Like I inspired them, they get up to this level. They've gone beyond where I was.
Yeah, but they
still
look to you.
pushing for it. But they still look at me and like that's my that's Coach To Win. That's my alias. In martial arts, if you search up Coach To Win, you know who I am. So I have multiple
personas out there. Yeah. That's incredible. Wow, it really is that easy. I am assuming they're not gonna let anybody just off the street to train with the Shaolin. How does that work then? What would you? I hate titles. I'm not like a title guy. Say if I just stepped into the Shaolin Temple just for a step, that doesn't automatically make me a martial artist. But you yourself, who has actually trained in there, does that technically make you a Shaolin?
No, it doesn't.
No?
It makes me a guess. A guess.
A
It
guess?
makes me a guess. Yeah, I got to eat with the monks. Like I ate what they ate.
I see.
I like literally woke up at like 4 a.m. to like run up to the place where they were praying and stuff like that. And it was definitely an experience.
Did,
to at least have 1 or 2 days of like doing what they did.
Oh, it wasn't like a full thing?
No, because like we trained at a different school, and then we went to Shaolin Temple. We did that, and then we trained for a few hours with the Shaolin monk.
Oh my goodness, cause see again, Mr. Heng, oh my goodness, I
have a whole vlog. I've never like released.
Mm-hmm.
It was like for me.
Yeah,
I
cause
might maybe one day.
nah, it's cool. It's cool. You've hinted at it. You've told stories, you know, and I just wanted to know like how it works because there's stories out there, but they're not all like. There's no like rule book, you know, because I think that's more like of a kind of secretive, right? Like the whole process of being like a Shaolin monk. Don't you have to be like, I wouldn't say from. You have to do it for a very long time.
Yes. I don't have that kind of commitment to go there and live there, and you know I would have to give up too much to go.
No,
there
of course.
If I was younger, and I did it when I was like, let's say, just finished college or something like that, then that's a possibility. But no, there's no way.
Yeah, I was under the impression when I first heard like you went to train at the Shaolin Temple. I'm like, oh my god, how long? You know, Chets told me it was 2018. I'm like, oh my god, I haven't seen Mr. Heng since 2018. Well, you know, like, so I'm like, there's no way. So I was like, that's crazy. That's so cool. Memorable trip, huh? I saw the picture where you said everybody's too busy posing, but I'm too busy posting.
Yeah.
I was like, that's incredible.
Everyone was hitting a pose. If you see that, if you take, you know, I was the only one on my phone because everyone was kind of like.
Tell me the story behind that. Why?
So we're all like taking turns, like taking pictures at the gate of the Shaolin Temple. It's like an iconic thing to do. And so we were there in the rain. You know, I can provide you some footage of me like rolling around in the rain with my camera. Oh my goodness, like everyone was like hitting all their poses. Of course, I did my jump kick pose. That's like my pose. You know, everybody else is like hitting their stances and doing all their like whatever. And then it was a giant group shot, you know, and so we all went on. Everyone who went on that trip was on the staircase, hitting all their posing. Oh my right? Goodness. So if you look at the picture, you see everyone hitting a pose or making a face or something funny, and then I was the only one like posting, like on my phone.
Was that intentional? Or
it was intentional. It was completely.
Okay,
like,
for sure.
I knew what I was doing because I was like. I've already gone over my prime, you know what I mean, as a martial artist. So there's no point in me trying to like look cool or
impress anybody.
In reality, there's really nobody impressed except yourself.
See, under any normal circumstances, if I'm doing that, like I'm not even gonna put myself in your shoes. If I'm doing that, and there's a whole bunch of badass like, you know, Shaolin trainees around me, and I'm doing that, I look like a chump. I look like a fool. Yeah. But when you do it, you make it look so badass. You know, it's like, who needs to pose? I'm posting.
Yeah, and it's funny because like during the whole training, you know, everyone's going a little bit harder than I am, and I went hard for a few days, and then my body just gave up on me because. You know, you get old. Your body just like gives up on you for no reason, right? My spirit was still there, but the body said, "Nope, you pulled a growing muscle. You need to stop." And then I had to calm down, and so that's why I was like wasn't going so hard. And I kept saying to some of the younger guys who were there and the younger girls who were there, you know, dragons. I keep saying dragons stay hidden, and I didn't understand that until I got older myself.
You said that,
dragons stay hidden.
But you didn't really understand it, or
no? I said I didn't understand it when I was younger. Oh, what it means to be a hidden dragon.
Yeah. I get it.
Yeah, so dragons stay hidden.
That makes sense.
It's only when you need to unleash the beast is when you unleash the beast.
Of course. If not, just keep it. You know, I wouldn't say chained up, but just keep it settled down. You know, no need to release the fire.
Yeah. So that was a fun experience. I'm glad you brought that up because it is so memorable. I made so many friends that are like family to me because we went through rough training together. It was some rough training. Yeah.
That's incredible. And you've made a lot of friends along the way. You've so many that like it must be super nice to see. And this isn't like a diss to any of my friends. But I look forward to seeing my friends do certain things. But your friends, I love that you kind of shout them out when they do big things.
Oh,
when
yeah.
they participated in movies like Shang-Chi and the
Yes.
Ten Rings, you know,
Yes.
and they've made their own short films, which was what was it? Chets? What's it called?
The Twisting Tiger.
Twisting Tiger.
Oh my, yeah. I didn't I took you with me.
I
yeah.
can't see it. I can't see it.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for it to release. You know?
It's on YouTube now.
It's on YouTube
Yeah,
now?
it's on YouTube
Okay,
now.
because Chets was telling me, like, he wants to show it to me. I did not get around to watching it.
Yeah.
But it's a really cool, it's a, what is it? A hood martial arts movie, right?
Yes, it's so good. Like, it's so good because it reminded me of when I grew up in the '90s. You know, and like the whole gang stuff, and it brought back so many memories. And
Would you say it was well done? Give me.
okay, I would say that the story is well done. I would say the technicality of some of the sound and the shots, you know, it's low budget.
Yeah, it's
You
low
know,
budget, yeah.
but content is king. You know, like
Yes.
that story was so good.
Yeah, and you don't want to focus on the negatives. You take the best elements of it and go appreciate
Yeah.
the best effort that was put into it. You
Oh,
know?
the martial art was downright dope.
Yeah.
AF. I'm not gonna say, you know, I'm not gonna swear because I'm a teacher. I have
Yeah.
to live by the double standard. But yeah, they did such a good job of the martial arts, the shooting, like the commitment of the team, and to pull off what they pulled off with a small crew. I mean, like their crew was like 20 people, maybe 30 at the most.
I see.
That's a small crew.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
To do what they did and watching, I think the most important thing for me was watching the director Joseph. He was actually on the China trip with me, and that's where I met him, the director.
Really?
Yeah, and he worked on and directed the Shang-Chi like bus fight scene. Like,
Which is all
not
fun.
I wouldn't say action choreographer. I don't know the right title. I'm sorry if I quote people wrong because people get offended.
Yeah.
When they're in the industry and they're like, oh, you gave him that person my title. I don't
That's
live in
why-
that world. I'm sorry.
That's why I don't like titles.
Yeah.
But ultimately he participated or helped put together the bus fight scene, right?
Yes. And
That's an
so,
incredible fight scene.
oh my goodness. And then like watching him do that, and then on top of that, watching my former first generation martial arts students was on the big screen in Shang-Chi, and he was doing his thing, and I was like, I'm so happy he made it.
Yeah.
You know? And then again back to Joseph. Sorry, we're jumping all over the place here, but it's just so inspiring to see my friends do their thing in the martial arts world that that is in showbiz. And then he decided, hey, you know what? He spoke to my class. I don't know if you were in that class that day. He spoke to digital media.
Yes, he
We
came.
did Zoom, yeah. And he was in Budapest shooting something else. And then, I was so lucky that he decided, Joseph Lee, shout out to Joseph
Shout out
Lee.
to Joseph Lee.
He's so creative. And I remember training with him and how hard he pushed himself in training. And again, I'm just gonna call it like it is. In terms of skill and ability in martial arts, hands down, I'm better than him. But
Whoa! I was not expecting it.
I mean, like no, Joseph knows. Like he even looks up to me and be like, "Oh my God, that's Coach," And so like, in terms of experience, of course I'm better because I've had more training, right? And that's just fact. But what I love about Joseph when I watched him train was like he pushed through, he didn't give up. And the moment I'm getting goosebumps, the moment I said, because I was injured at the time, I pulled my growing muscle. Remember I said I was training so hard, and then my body just gave up on me.
Oh, really?
No, my body literally gave up on me.
Okay, because I was like, that's just an expression. Again.
No, I literally got hurt. I literally got hurt.
Oh my God.
And I watched him and everybody else, but I remember Joseph when I said, your body is tired, but your eyes are not. And I see his face light. It's kind of like watching Rock Lee go into like release the fifth gate or something like that. It was kind of like that. It was at that moment I realized I inspired him. Because his like expression change and his body and his physical like movement got better when I said that to everyone. Like I saw him literally, his body just went like that.
Yeah.
And it was just a matter of my words.
You
of
gave him
telling
the
like,
golden words.
his eyes like lit up, and he's just like, his body changed. And I was like, wow, the power of just saying the right things to people at the right time.
Yeah.
And I mean, like, look at him now. He's like freaking worked on Shang-Chi, and he made his own short. I'm like so proud of him. Like, my martial arts skills don't matter. Like, what he did, like, I'm just like, I'm so happy he went for it.
I honestly think, and I aspire to have friends like that, you know? I fully support all of you guys watching do big things, you know? So, because when one of us wins, we all win, right?
Yeah, that's
and
the mentality.
That's incredible that just hearing that story, that you are so proud of your friends. I am also very proud of every of my friends' every milestone, you know? When they, I don't know, let's just say they get their first, one of them does tattooing. And I can't wait for him to actually get a couple more clients so he can start doing it. My other friend is a barber, you know, and he actually has his own shop now. So that's really nice. And little by little, you know, it's like these little victories that that they accumulate, and you just feel a sense of like, wow, I know that person. I wish him the best, you know?
Yeah.
So it's really nice.
Yeah, it's a good feeling to see your friends succeed, you know? It's like, I know my path, and I understand their path, but watching them, like, just wall after wall, just break through, and it's just like, man, I'm so happy I'm friends with them, you know? It's like...
Now, has that same feeling happened with any students?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I haven't had students who, like, did big screen, like, you know, silver screen type stuff. Like,
Not yet, Mr. Heng. Not yet.
But it's only a matter of time, because like time is what everybody needs to make, you know, build themselves up.
Yeah.
You know?
It's not like, what was that saying? Rome wasn't built in a day, you know?
Yeah, it takes time.
Like, yeah, of course. So I totally understand that. Yeah. Chets, how are we doing?
Doing pretty good.
Yeah.
That was super, like, when you said I could beat him, that was so instant. It was so instant that it was like...
His eyes, he went from like stun to kill, you know? I was like, whoa. Mr. Heng.
Like flashbang. Snipe. No, just joking. No, but I love Joseph, dude. Like, he inspires me, you know, as much as I inspired him with my like technical martial arts skills. He inspires me with his creativity. Like, and everyone who meets him calls him a genius, and I can see it, you know? Like,
Yeah.
he's so good at what he does. You know, everyone's gifted in a different way, and just to celebrate that, you know what I mean? Like, and that's why you surround yourself with people with multiple skill sets.
Oh,
So
definitely.
that way, when you build that team, your whole team is already there, you know, because they've been building those small skill sets.
Yeah, you're a man of many talents, many skills, and just overall many everything, you know? You're just an overall amazing person.
The jack of all masters.
The jack.
The jack of all masters. I'm just joking. I there are some things I know, like, I'm not that good at.
No, of
Let's
course.
be honest.
But
We all
again,
have our
like you
skill
said, we're lifelong learners. You know, we don't have to be 100% in everything. As long as we are putting in effort, you know, to be the best version in anything that we put ourselves, it's best. So
sets. Yeah, and that is basically, like, you know, the secret sauce to being successful is you can't just be like, oh, well, you know, I'm not good at this. Like, well, you know, it takes time, and you have to have that.
Yeah.
You know, it takes time, and it takes, like, I think the number one thing that's missing in a lot of people is self-belief.
So
Like, I think that's where I feel like I shine, is like I believe in myself.
how would you instill that in others? And maybe, I'm not sure if you've seen that, but I can see it in the younger folks nowadays, where some of them are a little lacking self-confidence, you know? And how would you instill confidence in somebody that doesn't see what you see?
Well, when I look, like I said, when I look at a person, I see a limitless potential. You know, and it's that initial, like, I'm gonna do it.
I'm gonna do it.
And then they actually do it, and then they get a little bit of that, like, sweet success, and they keep going.
Just
And then-
chase that.
And then there will be times when it's like you will fall on your face, and that's normal, you know. And I've learned to accept that early in life. Like, it's okay to fail. The difference between someone who fails and keep failing is that someone who fails and figures out what the mistake was and make up for that, that's where all the success starts happening again. You know?
Yeah.
Because it's okay to fail. You just have to learn from your mistakes, and then you just keep pushing forward.
Yeah.
You know, you're gonna keep still making mistakes. It's like stepping stones of mistakes. Sometimes a long step before you get to that next
Exactly.
level up. But the point is, you have to understand that there is that next level up, and you have to continually get yourself to that next step.
Of course.
And climb up that step. And then there's gonna be some time, sometimes short, sometimes long. But it's there for you to keep going forward and then find that next level.
Yeah, I totally get that.
Like,
A friend once told me, he said this. I don't know if he was serious or he was just joking, because sometimes he bullshits like that. But he said, "Moy, it's not a mistake, it's a lesson."
yeah, it is.
And I was like,
It
"Huh,
is.
okay, whatever you say." But that just stuck with me, because it's like, I mean, when me and Chets have a bump in the road, say not too long ago we lost the footage to a camera, and I was like, no, and I'm like, it's not a mistake, it's a lesson. What can we do to get better? Luckily, someone's out there looking out for us because we recovered it. So I was like, oh, that's amazing. But we like figured out how to not repeat that problem again, you know, because we want to grow from that. We don't just want to be like, oh, it's fine. No, we want to be like, oh, we know what occurred, what happened, and how to fix it, you know? It's a lesson.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Well, Mr. Heng, before we end it off, because I've been having a lovely conversation with you. This has been incredible. I want to talk to you about your fun stuff, your fun side.
Oh man, I'm not a party animal per se, you know, because like I believe in partying, but in a wholesome way.
In a wholesome
Like
way.
I don't believe in like, let's go get drunk and get trashed. And I don't do that. That's not,
Absolutely shit
that's
face.
not that's not how I like to party. If you like to party that way, then that's on you. That's how you like to do it. But for me, like I like to have good wholesome fun, where when I let's say, okay, this is how I party, all right, and you're gonna be like, oh my god, it's like so old people stuff.
No,
right?
no. Please enlighten me.
The most, I don't know if you ever played Ammonia.
Ammonia.
It's a board game. No? Okay. So we'll play stuff like Funglish or what's the acting one? Like charades.
Oh yeah,
And
charades.
then there's
Yeah.
like gestures.
Oh.
I play those kinds of games.
Okay, I'm.
That's how I like to party, because like I hang out with my closest friends like that. And then if I really wanted to party or vacation and party, would be me in the jungle, running around in the rain with my camera and just enjoying that.
Yeah.
That's like, to me, that's absolute partying for me.
Yeah. You are. I
It's
get
different.
it.
Yeah,
No.
different.
It's natural. It's an all natural way of partying. You don't need any substances. All you need is literally the people around you and the environment, and that's beautiful. I think more people should do that. You know, nobody needs like a little like I need this, I need 50 this, you know.
You
No,
don't,
you're
honestly, you don't.
that's incredible, you know.
Wholesome
Wholesome
partying.
fun. Yeah.
Wholesome fun and wholesome partying.
All natural, no other stuff, you know.
Honestly, yeah, you don't really need it. It's there, but you don't need it. It's how you see it.
Yes,
You
yeah,
know?
that's beautiful.
Yeah.
And then one final thing: is it true? Because you are a tech guy. You also are very. What is it? You're a superstar. You're a superstar.
Oh, thanks.
And so much so that.
Superstar.
Sorry.
Oh, you're fine. We were doing some research. Me and Chets were doing some research, and we found out that on top of you doing your photography, on top of you doing your teaching, on top of you being a family man, on top of you doing your martial arts, you also do on the tech side of things. You like to have fun, and you also stream.
Oh yeah.
Is that? we found your Twitch channel. And,
yes.
What's happening tomorrow at 8 p.m. from 8 to 10 p.m.
So
That's scheduled
so
apparently.
technically, I'm supposed to stream every Monday, Wednesday, Saturday, I believe. Because that's my that's how I set my stream up to be. But I haven't streamed for a long while because, like I said, like because of I'm trying to figure out like the family life, and my daughter's room is right next to my room where I stream, so I can't really say what I really want to say. I can't yell and scream because then it'll wake her up, and then my wife gets on me about it. So family dynamics, y'all. But I feel like I need to start streaming again because that's my outlet. You know, and I play Street Fighter, I play Call of Duty.
Yeah, we were watching some of your old streams and we're like, this guy, this freaking guy does this, and then like you just are having such a good time, and it's just incredible. And I know you don't do it for the fame, for the riches, whatever. You do it to have fun, and if other people can join in and watch you have fun, that's incredible. And you're the type of person where if you can make one person smile, that's it. I can see it. I can see it in your streams, and it's incredible. So I was looking forward to Wednesday from 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. I told Chets, cancel all plans. We're having that time slot free. We're watching Mr. Heng stream.
I'm gonna do it just for you guys.
So yeah,
like I honestly wish that I can like say the things I really want to say, but I can't do it because again, teacher, double-edged sword. You know.
I get it. May I ask? Because this might be the last time I ever have a teacher on. Who knows? Because I don't know.
What should be like? Oh, my English teacher is here.
We're also trying to get Wechter on as well.
Oh, yeah, he would be a good one to talk to.
Yeah, he's a craftsman. It's crazy. But I want to get the perspective on a teacher. Why? Not why. How is the change from your normal lifestyle, pre-teaching, to post-teaching? Does that make sense? How's your dialect changed? How's your language, your...
So thank goodness. I'm gonna like self-incriminate. But I'm gonna be honest because I'm an honest person. My students let me be 100% me.
That's
like,
good.
you've seen me at my 100%.
Yeah.
You know, like, and I love that about my students, and they don't go snitch on me.
That's good.
I self-incriminated right there. What have you been doing, Mr. Heng? Well, honestly, my job. All right, because
you keep your mouth shut, you're getting that ass.
No, because like I feel like I allow them to be 100% themselves. They allow me to be 100% myself. And I'm gonna answer your question too. Like when you build that relationship and that respect, that yes, you can be who you are. I think that goes a longer way than anything that I can teach them. Because when you have that solid foundation relationship with your students, so like, I trust you, I believe in you, I can teach them more that way. Yeah. You know, because if you think back to it, who are the teachers you're willing to work hard for? Is the one that you can relate to, and they understand you and you understand each other. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. And so I try to do that with all my students. I try. I'm not perfect at it. All right. There are some kids I just don't get along with because our personalities don't match. You know what I mean? It's just like, that's it. But when I'm outside as a person, oh man, I'm like a sailor.
Do you ever? I guess. That's very interesting because. Well, right now we're on camera, you know, and there's no secret cameras. It's just these two. Do you ever feel like you're being watched? Are you paranoid if you're a teacher? Should you be paranoid and watch your tongue or watch what you say and what you do?
Well, here's the honest truth. We all, as even principals, you know, we all have a certain dialect, or I wouldn't say dialect. I would say
like even actors
vernacular style with your friends.
Yeah.
You know, I know vernacular style. You're like, whoa, that came out of Mr. Heng's mouth. He actually used vocabulary. I got a little bit of noodle noggin up there. All right. When your bottom line is time and place, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Know your audience. I think I do a good job of that. You know, because like I even talk to my students about that. Like, would I use this type of language when the principal walk in the door? No.
Yeah, of course.
You know, and the principal wouldn't use that with me either.
Yeah.
You know, but like I'm pretty sure when we're with our friends outside, this and that, like the language is different.
Oh, of course,
You know what I mean?
100%.
Like, it's just like, and that's why I tell my students,
I was expecting them to come out right.
you understand.
He
You
just
know?
says it right there.
You have to understand the time and place in which you use certain kinds of language.
Yeah.
That's it. That's just the truth. And if you can't handle the truth, go watch A Few Good Men's.
Yeah, no, like I don't go, like if the president was right here in front of me, I don't go, man, you know, what up?
Like, Biden, you
President.
effing up. Like, you can't really say that with the president. You know?
I would
like,
have a little bit more respect. Same with the Queen of
Yeah.
England. Same with like, just I get it. It's respect, time, and place. You know?
Yeah.
And we won't curse for the end of the show now.
Yeah.
We'll watch our tongue. We'll try to be more professional. But no, yeah. Again, like you said, know your audience and stuff. I was just very curious on the whole teaching aspect of it because
Well, there's an ed code. There's an ed
there's
code.
an ed
that
code.
says like
I
that.
see.
But here's my argument.
I just didn't want it to be. I just didn't want you to feel so restricted as well. You know, does that make sense?
No, I feel like anyone in the field can relate to what I'm saying,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm always gonna speak truth, right?
Mhm.
Like I'll try to speak universal truth. I'm not gonna try to impose that on people.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, what is a bad word? Define that for me.
Huh.
Who gets to determine what is a bad word?
Yeah. I can.
All words are just words.
Yes.
They're just meant to describe something, right?
Yeah.
Like if you say the SHIT word, right? Are you saying that because you need to go poop? Or are you saying that because you like, messed up something and then
Yeah.
like it just happened
It
to
all
slip?
depends on the demeanor that it's being said
Yeah.
as well, right? Because
Yeah,
I mean, like,
or you're a piece of SHIT. That's demeaning somebody, right? That's,
sugar, honey, iced tea.
that's what I'm saying.
we
Like
say.
I would never say that to a student.
Of
because
course.
that would be like horrible.
Mhm.
You know?
Yeah.
I would never say that to a student.
Context, I guess. At the
Yeah.
end of the day, I totally understand.
So I still have that respect for my students,
Mhm.
you know, and they should have that respect for me.
Bingo.
Bottom line is, like I said, it's in the context and how you use it.
Mhm.
You know, are you trying to hurt somebody with that kind of language?
Yeah.
Or are you trying to just like express yourself in a more colorful way?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very, very interesting. And I think you're the best person to get my 2 cents from that, because not only are you open and honest, but you're also a teacher, you know, a teacher who is open and honest. So
Yeah.
if I were to ask anybody else, I don't think they would give me like the best perspective on it. And I think I fully understand that now.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I know in my heart when I say certain things, what is the intent behind it, right?
mhm.
Like if I did that to hurt somebody, then there might be regret later, and I don't want to do that, especially with my students. I would never do that.
I totally understand. Yeah. Huh. Are you learning, Chets? Are you learning? Even when we're not in the class, we're still learning. Look at that. I like this. I love this man. Two and Heng, everybody.
Thank
Two
you,
and
thank you,
Heng.
thank you.
Alrighty. Well, is there anything else you want to say before we start closing it out?
To the audience.
Yeah.
Oh,
Hey,
to the audience?
To the audience, the lovely.
Um,
No, not to me. I think.
I would say, I guess going back to what we talked about, and there's a lot that we talked about, and I normally drop like truths, just like facts. That's what my students say to me. They
Dropping
like hashtags.
facts.
They hashtag my name, facts, Mr. Heng. You know? I would say, if you're lost and you don't know what you want to do with yourself, find 3 things that you actually like, and then eventually you'll narrow it down to that one thing that you're gonna want to do. And when you go for it, like, don't hold back. You're gonna make mistakes, like we talked about earlier, but if you choose not to learn from your mistakes, you will not get better. Period. With a T.
Hashtag facts.
Facts.
I love that. Well said. Well, beautifully said. Thank you for your wholesome wisdom. Honestly,
Thank you.
That's what it is. My friend, we're gonna close it off, but we usually like to close it off with a little clap.
Oh.
So a little clapper. There you go. So whenever you're ready, just give that little clap. Thank you again, everybody, so much for watching. You know what we always say around here. You know it. It's rock, paper, and peace. See you later, everybody. Take care.
That's so funny. You use my end tag.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. That end tag is like so. You're just
clever.
Yeah,
It's clever.
you're very what's the word?
Punny?
Punny.
I'm a punny guy.
You're just amazing.
Thank you. Thank you, Ham, for being on. Thank you, Jack Chetes. Chete. Chets. PartyMaster. I'll see you guys. Y'all know how we do it. Get your hands ready. Rock, paper, peace. Let's hang out again on the next video.